Welcome back to Fact. Today we're diving into a phenomenon that will mess with your memory and maybe even your grip on reality. Have you ever been absolutely sure about something, a logo, a quote, a scene from a movie, only to find out you remembered it completely wrong? If yes, congratulations, you've experienced the Mandela Effect. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be questioning everything you know. Let's dive deep into the weirdest Mandela effects that will blow your mind. The Mandela effect happens when a large group of people remembers something differently from how it actually is. It's named after Nelson Mandela because thousands of people around the world vividly remembered him dying in a South African prison during the 1980s. Except, he didn't. He was released in 1990, became president, and lived until 2013. So why do so many people share the same false memory? Some say it's just the brain playing tricks. Others believe it's evidence of alternate realities colliding. Either way, the Mandela effect is both fascinating and a little terrifying. The Berenstain Bears. Everyone remembers the famous children's book series as the Berenstain Bears, right? But no, it's spelled Berenstain, with an A. Many insist they clearly remember Baronstein, even seeing it in print. Was it a typo or a timeline glitch? Luke, I am your father. You've heard it in movies, TV shows, memes. Luke, I am your father. But Darth Vader never said that. The real line is, no, I am your father. It's such a tiny difference. But when so many people misquote it, it starts feeling suspicious. Monopoly Man's monocle. Picture the Monopoly guy, top hat, cane, and monocle, right? Wrong. He never had a monocle. Maybe we're confusing him with Mr. Peanut, the classy peanut mascot who does have one. Pikachu's tail. Many people are convinced that Pikachu's tail has a black tip. In reality, Pikachu's tail is completely yellow. There's no black at the end, not even a hint of it. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Snow White's evil queen says, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Or does she? The real line is, magic mirror on the wall. Disney, rewriting memories since 1937. KitKat hyphen. Is there a dash between kit and cat? Millions say yes. The truth, there's no hyphen. The logo has always been KitKat. One clean word. We are the champions ending. You know that epic Queen song, right? At the end, you're waiting for Kotus of the world. But if you listen carefully to the studio version, it's missing. Freddie Mercury only added of the world during live performances, not in the original track. C-3PO's silver leg. C-3PO is golden, right? Well, mostly. In the original Star Wars trilogy, his right leg from the knee down is silver. Most fans never noticed, partly because reflections hid the difference on screen. Fibrezi. Spelling. You might think the air freshener is spelled Fibreze because breeze makes sense, right? But it's spelled Fibreze, one E in the middle. Fruit of the loom Cornucopia, the fruit of the loom logo. Many clearly remember a horn-shaped cornucopia behind the fruits. But it never existed. There has always just been a pile of fruit. No basket, no cornucopia. Oscar Mayer. Remember those childhood commercials? You probably remember Oscar Mayer hot dogs. In reality, it's spelled Oscar Mayer with an A. Even the jingle couldn't save us from misremembering. Curious George's tail. Does Curious George, the little monkey, have a tail? If you said yes, you just Mandela affected yourself. Curious George has never had a tail. Life is like a box of chocolates. You're sure Forrest Gump says, life is like a box of chocolates. In reality, he says, life was like a box of chocolates. A tiny word change, but it shatters years of movie quotes. The Flintstones spelling, another subtle one. Is it Flintstones or Flintstones? It's Flintstones, with two T's, you know? Because they lived in the Stone Age. Skechers or Skechers? If you thought the shoe brand had a T, Skechers, you're not alone. But the real spelling is Skechers without the T, The thinker's pose. Everyone remembers Rodin's statue. The thinker with his fist resting on his forehead. But in reality, his fist is placed under his chin, not his forehead. Were we all striking the wrong pose? Cheez-It versus Cheez-Its. Many people call them Cheez-Its, plural, but the brand has always been Cheez-It, singular, no S at the end. Mind blown, Looney Tunes versus Looney Tunes. It would make sense for it to be Looney Tunes because they're cartoons, right? Nope, it's Looney Tunes, like musical tunes, not cartoons. Mona Lisa's smile. Some people swear that the Mona Lisa used to have no smile, just a blank, serious face, but today she's definitely smirking. Was Leonardo always trolling us? Volkswagen logo split. Remember the VW logo being one continuous symbol? Actually, there's a tiny break between the V and the W. Always has been. According to statistics, only 5% of people can subscribe to the channel and like this video. Let's start. 3, 2, 1. So what's happening here? Are we all losing our minds together? Or is there something more? Memory is reconstructive. Our memories aren't perfect recordings. They're reconstructions, a mix of facts, guesses, and creative filling in. Every time we remember something, we slightly rewrite it. Confabulation. Confabulation happens when your brain fills in missing gaps with best guesses that feel real. You're not lying. You're just creatively misremembering. Priming and suggestion. Once you hear something, like mirror, mirror, your brain accepts it, and repeated exposure, memes, jokes, pop culture, strengthens the wrong version. Group reinforcement. When large groups believe the same thing, it feels right. It's the psychology of social proof. Everyone remembers it this way, so it must be true. Parallel universes. Of course, the most exciting theory is parallel realities. Maybe in Universe 72, Pikachu really has a black-tipped tail. Maybe you accidentally jumped timelines while binge-watching cartoons. Hey, it's more fun than blaming bad memory. So, how many Mandela effects fooled you today? Were you a false memory champion, or did you survive without glitches? Comment below and share your score. And remember, next time you're 100% certain about something, maybe double-check. Reality might be sneakier than you think. Thanks for watching VisAfact, where we unpack every weird, mind-bending fact you never knew you needed. See you in the next video.
Only 1% of viewers will be able to subscribe to my channel and like this video before it ends. 1, 2, 3.